Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Looplearnings, and this is the next video in the series. We are making a POS management system, and as you know, if you have watched, we have made this reporting suite a little form with a bunch of options to generate report, and we were successful in creating a simple or running a simple report. Now, in this video, we will notch it up a little bit. We will add some features like giving date from and date till, and the idea is that we filter the data and present it onto the report. And also, we'll look at how to run the report using year and month information as well. So, if you're someone who is interested in learning, then I would say stick around until the end. I'm sure you will get to learn a thing or two from this video. Before we start our video, I wanted to ask, if you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I wanted to ask, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video. And if you want to join my channel, you can join my channel. In that way, you can support me and support this channel as well. Okay, and one more thing before we proceed to the video, and that is, if you end up liking whatever you will see, make sure you smash the like button. Okay, all right, so let's continue. And as I said, we created a very basic reporting suite. Now I'm going to pick one report and I'm going to show how to filter the data and present it onto the reports, and that one report would be invoices are. Okay, so because that report has the invoice, the date wise information as well. So how do I do that? Well, if we'll go to the design view, first of all, the start date and end date. First of all, I need to fix these captions also, which I did not do in the last video. So let's make their color, the background color, also white, so the user would know that they can add some information in these text boxes or drop downs. Now, since I have added, now let's turn on the date picker. So at the moment, show date picker is never. Well, I do want to see the date picker, so it becomes easier to select the dates. And similarly for this also, let's go ahead and turn on the date picker. Okay, so that's done. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to have a drop down. Why we need a drop down? Well, we can determine through the drop down whether we are generating a report month wise or we are generating report date wise, because we have two types of data that filtration is going to happen, and that is date wise. This is where the start date and end date text boxes will be used, and then we have the month wise. This is where the month and year drop down will be used. So we have to find a way to tell Microsoft Access that, hey, we are generating invoice report and we are filtering the data based on the start and end date or the year and month. So this is why I recommend, there are many ways you can do that. You can do it entirely using Microsoft Access VBA application, VBA coding also. You can do that as well. But the easiest way would be to have a drop down, and then we tell Microsoft Access, hey, look for this drop down, what is selected in this drop down, and then based on that generate the report. Okay, because we don't want to have, now if you're thinking, why do I need to do that? Well, I need to do that because I don't want to repeat another text, another combo box with another set of the same information with the report names. I don't want to do that. I want to keep the same. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add a combo box. As I said, there are many ways, so you can figure out maybe whatever is a suitable way for you. Okay, so rather than I create a new one, I'm going to copy this, or maybe copy this and paste right here. Okay, what would be the correct area? I think same. Oh, come on. We'll bring it here, and then we'll bring this button on to the right side. Okay, let's make this width a little bit bigger to match this width. Okay, so we'll say select the type. Okay, so the type will be, the drop down will be, so we can name it CBO type. So the drop down should consist of not the years, but the drop down should consist of date wise or month wise. Okay, or you can give whatever name you want to. So we can click on this, and then we'll go to the run report, and we will actually modify the code a little bit, because we want to have the same one button to run the report, but we want to determine which type of report to run. Now if you're thinking this guy is going to make another report, another copy of invoices are, well, that's not the case, and this is where I said we will do the modification in the code. And to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the if I'll go to the design view, and you'll see there is a record source. Every query that we will create, we can convert that query into a SQL code. Okay, so we can, in fact, we can copy this entire code and we can use this to populate the data and do whole sort of things. This is one way. Or we can actually save this query as a separate query, and then we can refer to it, but we still use the select statement in SQL. So that's why you need to know the SQL as well. So we can use select everything from this query, where then you give your criteria, because remember we have multiple criteria, right? We have criteria date wise. We will give a criteria start date and end date, and we'll give a criteria year and month as well. So because of that multiple criteria situation, and we don't want to create another report, that will be a silly design actually, to be honest. So that's why we are going to use the SQL statement to help us to run this report. Now this is not a complicated stuff to do. Okay, this is very easy to achieve, and I'll show you that. All right, so to achieve this, we are already in the report. So I'm going to go to record source. I'm going to click on dot dot dot, and you know what? I'm going to save this query as a separate code. Right now, this query is built within a report. It's not a separate query. So I'm going to save this as a separate query. So I'll click on save as. It will ask what is the name you want to consider for this. We'll say invoices report queue. All right, and we want to save it as a query. So click OK. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will see a separate query called invoices report queue. Now we are going to refer to this query. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of this record source, and just bear with me. And now we're going to go back to reports F, and we'll click on the run report button, and we have to put if condition right here in the VB editor. So click on dot dot dot, and here we are. So at the moment we are working with the invoices are report. So therefore I'm going to modify this if condition. So we'll say else if me.cbo report is equal to invoices report and me.cbo type dot column equal monthwise. So basically what we are doing, we are saying if these two conditions matches, then open this report, but we want you to change the record source, because remember in here in the report we have removed the record source. At the moment there is no record source at all. Okay, so we'll go back to VBA and we'll say reports exclamation mark, and we'll give a name of the report, and that is, we know, invoices are dot record source equal, and this is where we'll use the SQL statement. We'll say select, SQL select statement, I should rather say. Select everything. So this asterisk means everything. From where? Well, from the name of the query. And name of the query we know, invoices report queue. So we copy the name to avoid any kind of problems. And we will have where clause as well. Where? What is the where clause? Where, and this is where we will give the criteria. Okay, so we'll say where FY, which is fiscal year, equal to the comma box, me.cbo CBO year, okay, and and M equal double quote ampersand me dot CBO months. Okay, so that's the criteria. But as we know, we are looking at running the report with another criterion, that is date wise. So if it is date wise, then of course there will be a little change in here in the select statement. And we'll say, okay, so rather than I retype everything, I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste, and in here I'm going to say date wise. So if it is date wise, then what should Microsoft Access do? Well, we want to still open the same report. We want to refer to the record source. We want to refer to the query as well. We want to fetch the data from the query, and this is where we are going to change a little bit. So where clause will definitely be changed. So I'll say where INV date. So if I will go back to Microsoft Access and run the query, and this is the INV date, we are referring to this column, right? So we'll say where INV date, no, go back to editor, INV date is greater than or equal to the start date. Okay, so equal to or greater than the start date. Now how do we write the start date? Well, if we can, it would have been great if we can write me.txt start date. No, we cannot. So there has to be a special way, and the special way, whenever we are using dates in the SQL statement, we have to use hash sign, okay, or pound sign. I think this is also called, and then we will use double quote, and then we will use ampersand ampersand, and in between the all of these, we will write, we'll say me dot txt start date. Now we are not done yet actually. What we need to do is we need to format that date. For some reason, if it is not formatted correctly, but when we are running the report, maybe user can give uh, month, day, and year, because the different date format is applicable to different countries or regions. So accordingly, you can please change the date format however you wish to do so. But for me here, always the day, month, and year comes first. Okay, um, and then that's why I have to do the formatting. So I'm doing formatting because of that reason particularly. So we'll say day, month, and year. Okay, we're not done yet, all right? And we'll close the parenthesis. And now we will say and, because remember, we are using the criteria between. It's sort of like between from this date until this date. And we will give another criteria, and that criteria is going to be for and inv date. We are going to refer to same column, by the way, is equal to or less than. Okay, so less than or equal to the end date. All right, and again we are going to have pound symbol or hash and double quote ampersand ampersand, and now we are going to type in format, and we will write the name of the field we are going to refer to, me.txt end date, and comma, and we're going to write the format of the date, day, month, and year. And now I think we are done. Okay, it's kind of weird, but that's how it is. We have to be very careful in writing this statement, otherwise you'll not be able to get the information that you desire from the report. All right, so let's do a debug. Let's see if any compile error. No. All right, before I move ahead and test it out, what I would like to do is I would like to enhance the user experience. Okay, so what I want to do is, if I want to run a report using the start date and end date, I want two things to happen. One is I want year and month combo boxes to be cleared out for a better user experience, and I want the type to be automatically selected as date wise, and vice versa. If I will choose year or month, I want the start date and end date to be cleared out, and the type, CBO type combo box, to be automatically changed to month wise. So this is part of this is optional, but if you will do it, it will definitely enhance the user experience 100%. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll say we'll go to the event, we'll go to the on change event or on lost event, on lost focus, sorry, event. So we'll click on dot 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 code builder, and right here what we will do is we will write a code, and we'll say me dot cbo year is blank, me dot cbo months equal blank, and me dot cbo type equal date wise. So yeah, date wise. Okay, this is what we want to do. Now I'm going to copy this, and you know why I'm going to copy this? I'll tell you if you don't know. Some of you might be aware of it, but if you don't, there's a very good trick. So we'll select this, and we'll go to the on lost focus dot 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 and code builder, and I'm going to say call this, so we don't have to write the same code twice. That's the whole idea. And as I said, we're going to do the same exactly for the year and month, and for this we'll say on after update. We can say after update, go to code builder and write the code, and we'll say me dot txt start date equal this, me dot txt end date empty, and me dot cbo type equal monthwise. All right, the same drill. We are going to copy this, and you have figured it out, right? We're going to select this after update the event dot 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 code builder, and we'll call this right here. Perfect. And let's debug it. There you have it. So what do we do now? Well, We'll check it whether these things actually work or not. So let's go to form view, and we have selected, and you can see that month wise automatically appears right here. And we'll say we want to see everything from the month of October. And month wise is automatically selected. I don't have to do that. And we'll click on run report, and there you have it. Everything in October. How about everything in November? And there you have it. The November data also appears. How about month of December? Have we done anything? Have we sold anything in December? And that's to show yes, we have. So this is testament to the VBA code excellence, right? So we can do this kind of enhancement. Hang on a second, we are not done yet actually. Now I'm going to search from the date perspective. So I'll say, give me everything from 20th of October until, and there you go. The moment I change the focus, year and month got cleared out automatically, and the CBO type is changed to date wise. This is the enhancement I was talking about. One thing I've noticed, the date picker is still not showing up. I will see later on why it is not. Actually, I know why it is not, but I'll tell you later on in the next video perhaps. And we'll click on run report. And have we got the data from 20th of October to 20th of November? And you bet, definitely we have. So definitely this is working perfectly. We can search date wise, we can search month wise, and the report will be populated. Now you can go ahead and repeat the same thing with essentially all the reports, and you will have the similar user experience for all the reports. Okay. Now one more thing before we close the video, and that is to map this a little form to the main form, so we can open it from the interface. So let's go to main, or dashboard, sorry, rather than main. We'll go to dashboard, design view. We're going to copy this, paste, and we're going to change this to BTN reports. Okay, and we're going to change the caption, view reports, something like that. And we'll go to the event tab. We'll go to on click event dot 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 code builder, and simply we'll say do cmd dot open form. And what is the form name? You can reports F. That's the name of the form. There you go. That's about it. And now let's log in, and we'll say username is Ironman, RDJ is the password. Login. Here we are. We have the view reports button, and there you have it. Let's run the report 2025. I want to see everything from November. I want to see invoice report. Run report. There you have it. You have successfully created report center. You have successfully filtered the data based on the two criteria: start and end date, year and month. And you have done some great user experience stuff as well. If you will follow this, if you will apply this, that's when you will learn. And I would encourage that you do that. I hope that you have learned something from this video. I hope that you like whatever you have seen. If that's the case, then smash the like button. What are you waiting for? And like, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload any video. And don't forget to basically join my YouTube channel if you want to have this entire file at the end of this video series. I thought to complete this video series in this video, but I think there's a little bit more I would like to do, and then we'll close off this series. For now, I'm going to sign off. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.